Hello, it's I, Brennan Butcher, bringing you another video full of awesome proportions. And in this video, I'm here to discuss a major problem. And I have discussed it in the past a little bit about gamers nowadays now being focused more on graphics instead of the game in general. Mainly the details of a video game. Last night, I was watching some beta gameplay of Destiny on the PS3 and Xbox 360. And tired. I was thinking to myself, it doesn't look that bad. And of course, all in the comments, what was happening was everybody has the PS3, it has the beta on the PS4. They were criticizing it, saying that it looked like utter shit compared to the PS4. And this is where I have come to my major conclusion, is that I'm officially ashamed to be a gamer now. Because, I'm both console and semi-pro PC, and the reason why is because it's like now game companies are now trying to almost turn console gamers almost into PC gamers, sorta, with the, optimization of 1080p on a console. I mean, that's what people are trying to do now with their games, is that they're trying to go for PC quality on all their games. And I won't be, a little discriminatory towards it. I'm like, okay, it's your decision if you want to go for, the max, potential for your game. But if you want to go cross-platform, and you want to play for the PS3 or Xbox 360 and not have, the most outstanding graphics, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And that's what I see nowadays. People are immediately trying to kill off the PS3 and the Xbox 360 for the fact that they cannot keep up to the up-to-date, mechanics of the PS4 and Xbox One. Now, if PC gamers, the reason why they're outraged is that now console gamers, and of course I'm a console gamer as well, so if PC gamers want to go against me a little bit, I don't really mind. Are outraged because most console gamers are trying to act like they know more than they originally did, almost. Like they know, top-notch graphics from anything, because they think that they know anything because it's almost PC quality. In the matter of speaking, we really shouldn't be thinking that in some way. And that's just, the opinion of the PC community, saying that we're basically casuals to just graphics and saying that, the graphics are amazing for a console. If you were to have a PC, that would be probably 10 times better. Okay, you again? God damn it. And, I kind of agree with the PC community that has to deal with this type of shit because, most console gamers nowadays are trying to act like they're PC gamers now because they're playing on a console, saying that mainly, sometimes, oh, we have the best graphics on a console because, it's PC quality and we, know about it. And that's what the gamers nowadays only care about. That's only what the community of the gaming industry cares about. I don't care much about graphics. Graphics can be a minimal thing to me. Now, unless the graphics were to look dreadful, like, muddy, murky, and look like shit, yes, I'm going to be a little mad. But I'm not going to, say, oh, I like this game because of its graphics. I'm there for the game overall. I will say this. When I do get a PS4, I might get GTA 5 onto the PS4. Because, a lot of my friends are going to be moving on to the PS4, and I don't want to, be left behind. And that's another thing. I'm being basically forced by a lot of my friends, trying to change my pre-orders and all over to the PS4, even though I do not have a PS4 yet. And down to it all, here's the thing, is that despite the PS3 being, old, it's not like the game's going to look like shit. I will say yes, Wolfenstein the New Order didn't look the most upright, pleasing. It looked really watered down and really low quality from the facts of the people that played it on the PS3 and Xbox 360. And everybody on the PS4 and Xbox One version, all they were saying were the graphics. That's all they said. They never mentioned a single thing about gameplay. All they really cared about were graphics instead of the gameplay. With Watch Dogs, what do people mostly complain about? Graphics instead of gameplay. They said, oh, this is 2014, why ain't the graphics top-notch looking? That's all they cared about, were graphics over gameplay. And that's what really annoys me. I mean, what do you buy a game for? I mean, I like to buy games for a good time and entertainment. And, that's how it's always been with me. I always bought a game for entertainment purposes and always to have fun. Just, release some steam, have a good time, kill a couple hours on, a game system or PC. That's a different story with gamers now. Now that the PS4 and Xbox One are now really ramped up with the new RAM and, graphics cards that are within them, they can now accede to the fact of 1080p, which is, PC quality, basically. And, of course, in the PS3 and Xbox One age, we didn't have 1080p. We only had, 720 or something a little lower than that. And we didn't really mind much. But now that it's up to 1080p, gamers only care about the 1080p. They don't care about, the gameplay in general. When I first got a PS3, yes, my mind was blown with the graphics. But I cared more about the gameplay that I was getting out of the game than just the graphics. But now that the games are now being put onto cross-platforming and the PS4, well, now the games are being cross-platformed, the new gen and last gen, that's all people are going to try to do. They're going to throw up a comparison between both, trying to basically say that the graphics are good. That's all they mention, is that there's graphics and graphics and graphics. Saying there's better anti-aliasing and all this other shit. The fact of the matter is, that should not be the major thing you care about for a video game. For a video game, you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to have a good time with the mechanics, the story, and all of that. Yes, graphics to accompany it. Graphics are what makes the game, look special to you. Graphics aren't the thing that you're there for. They're there so you can have something to look at while you play the good game that you get for the story, mechanics, and all the things that the people put into. All the shit that the programmers put into when they're saying people are going to have a great time with all the mechanics, the story, and all of that. They're going to have a great time with every little bit of working parts you put into this game. They're going to have the best time of their life. Until, when the person buys the game, what do? The graphics are the best! Oh my god, the graphics! That's all they care about are the graphics. And I wouldn't be surprised if a game developer would be pissed off, like, why are you just caring about the graphics? All this hard work I put into, the story, the mechanics, the gunplay, gameplay, and all this other shit is now being flushed down the toilet because that's all the gamers care about are graphics. That's all they cared about were graphics. And I will say this. I started to turn into one of those people, but now I have stopped trying to turn into one of those people because I knew that I would be an untrustworthy person. Because I didn't want to just depend on graphics instead of the gameplay. Just the other day, I got murdered, sole suspect. And I'll say this, the graphics are pretty good for the PS3. That's because I got it on the PS3, so I don't have a PS4 yet. And I went on the internet, and I watched somebody play the PS4 version. Exact same thing. No big difference. At all. And, he wasn't talking about graphics, he talked about the story. And that's what I mostly cared about, was the story. Yes, the graphics are good, but I cared about the story overall. But that's the fact of the matter now with gamers nowadays. They're willing to just buy a game for the PS4 or Xbox One to just talk about the graphics overall. And that should never be the freaking reason for buying a video game. That's all gamers care about nowadays. I mean, hell, I played Mega Man on my Wii, the old Mega Man, and I had the best time of my life. Even though it was hard as shit, I mean, I had the best time of my life. I had so much fun just playing old NES games, Super NES games, and PlayStation 1 titles like Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That game looked awesome. And this is, of course, coming from a guy that was born in 1999, the end of the 90s. And altogether, now, where we are now, this is all that the gamers care about. They only care about the one subject of a game. Graphics over gameplay. And that is a shameful thing for being a gamer. And everybody agrees with me on Google+, on YouTube. Anytime I mention it, they agree with me. And that's all I need to say, is that I'm ashamed to be a gamer because of that. Thank you all for watching. And if you agree with me, please comment down below and, give me some personal feedback. Thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, and happy Monday.